Hello everybody, my name's Absurdity, and welcome to the second episode of the Minecraft Let's Play series. Now, I've already recorded this intro. This is the second time I'm recording it, because yesterday did not go very well. So, yesterday, I spent a good chunk of the day gathering all the materials that we're going to need for our gold farm. 6 shulker boxes full of stuff that we will need to build the gold farm. And I had finally gotten done and was recording the intro, blah, 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 and I went ahead to go to the nether to record the nether section of me trying to find a nether waste biome that had a large enough lava lake so that I would not have to do a bunch of spawn proofing. Now, if you cannot tell from the tone of my voice, I did not find this in the nether anywhere, and the only lava... Hi. Anyway, the only lava lakes that were nearby we're not in nether waste biomes, and since that's the only place where zombie piglins spawn at a high rate, where they're not likely to fail their spawn chance, I kind of had to take a break for the day and kind of think, okay, what am I going to do? Because this is going to be a total nightmare if I have to spawn proof this thing. I just going to have to suck it up and spawn proof it. Now, the reason I'm mostly re-recording this section is because after I got done with that, hours later, after I'd taken a nap and blah, 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 oh, you, I noticed that, ow. Anyway, ow. I noticed, after I had gotten done recording all that, taking my nap, whatever, I noticed hours later that my microphone was turned, like, 40 degrees to the right because I was vacuuming my room earlier that day, and when I, raised the tubey thing to start, vacuuming up some spiders, I had pushed my microphone, and I knew that, but before I started recording, and while I was recording, I just completely forgot and didn't notice that, and on top of the fact that I just could not find a nether waste biome that was really going to work for me, I'm probably just going to do it in this area because this nether waste biome should be big enough, and yeah, I'm going to have to spawn proof a very, very large area, but I kind of don't really have a choice, which sucks, but there's not really much I can do about it. I flew in that direction, that direction, that direction, and I even flew in that direction, and all 4 directions just did not have what I wanted. And with how difficult it is to traverse the nether, even with an elytra, it's just not really working with me. So I want to try and find a good spot, roughly. I want to try and avoid as much of other, like, soul sand. If I have to mob-proof a soul sand valley, that's going to be really rough because they're very large, flat areas like this, and I kind of want to get more centered up with the nether waste that I'm currently in, and I don't want to go too far. Okay, I think I might have a rough spot where I might want to... This might be not necessarily not a half bad spot because of how big it is. Okay, if I come, I'm still looking. Okay, if I were to okay, if I push it like a little bit more. What if I spot kind of down here, right, and push it a little bit more this way, a little close to that soul sand valley. It's the only thing. I kind of want to be like right in the middle of this lava lake. So kind of like, okay, let me get some. I'm really trying to stretch this. I really am trying to do as little mob proofing as I can physically get away with. Okay, I've still got, how much durability? I got 49. Okay, hopefully I should be able to, I kind of want to just come out to the center of this little lava lake. It won't be perfect, but that's a big chunk that I wouldn't have to mob proof, man, because I doubt I'm going to have to mob proof that. That's probably out of the 250 block range, right? 258 block range. That should be out of it. finally come just a little bit further. Well, I'm not particularly... Because the thing is, it's like, the farm I'm building is Gnembons, by the way. The platforms aren't huge. So, okay, let me just mark this spot with, okay, 364. Alright, that's the first possible location. I'm pretty sure if I... Direction, yeah, no, that's not gonna really work. It's like right in between two biomes, it's not another waste, so... And then from that middle block, it's... So... I mean, it really doesn't start changing for several... I mean, I'm where? I can do 23. I'm like 70 blocks away, 80, 70 from that center point. That's probably more than I need, right? Gold farm. So 46 by 49. Honestly, I might... Okay. So if I were to do it, I really, once I pick a spot, that's it. That's the spot it's going. And I could take the whole thing down, but that'll take literally hours to take that down and rebuild it if I have to. So like 70 in that way. Like definitely like at least 50 that way. Definitely. Honestly, I'm really debating it. There are going to be quite a lot of pockets like up here that I'll have to clear out. But, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. That's the spot right there. That's going to be the direct center of it. I can mob proof most of... Yeah, okay. No, we're just going to dedicate to it. We're just going to pick this spot. Doesn't matter. I'm going to have to mob proof either way. I've probably mitigated a huge chunk of it just by having that be empty space in a lava pit. So, first step I'm going to have to do is actually get my elytra prepared because I was flying around for like 40 minutes yesterday trying to find that and I couldn't find it. So, shit. No. I've dedicated. I've picked a spot. I'm not picking another spot. Honestly, that spot looks worse because there's like more pockets. I'd have to spend more time. And I just nope. Doesn't matter. I picked a spot. Doesn't matter the reason. I picked a spot. Dedicate to the decision. Ow. Well, at least at that time I flew in there. All right. Well, since I've actually picked the spot, and I guess the only thing that's left to do is for you guys to watch me put the whole thing together. So I hope you enjoy this next time lapse. Sorry for the second one, and enjoy. Okay, that's about, I don't know, probably like 2.5 hours to get that whole thing done, plus the, like, 2.5, 3 hours I was doing it yesterday. Yeah, all I have to say, I haven't spawn-proofed anything below. I'm literally just using the AFK part. But so far it's working just fine. a second, and there they go. All right, cool. So now that that's working, should I just go AFK? I should check if the thingy's working here. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Sure. Ooh, that's not a good sign. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. That is not a good sign. Okay. Well, I've only... Okay. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go AFK for about an hour. Roughly. And then I will check back in. Hopefully... I'll be okay. I didn't follow a tutorial this time because I just had the schematic for it because I had built it in a creative world. So normally I build this with a tutorial, but I didn't this time. So anything that could possibly gone wrong, I'm not gonna know if it went wrong until I actually, you know, brave up and face it here. Okay. Just put all back. Yeah. I'm really glad it's done though, because I really wanted to get that done, and now that it's out of the way, okay, let me open up this. I'm gonna put okay, so red one will have our stuff in it. I can't, well, I guess if I lose my boots, I lose my boots. I can't take them off because, I found these boots in the end, and they had, like, all of the enchantments on it except for Depth Striders, so I just decided to go ahead and keep the Precursive Binding on it. Okay. Subscribe. Hopefully... I'm not going to add a door to this, because theoretically, it should be gas-proof. Okay. By the next time you see me, it'll have been hopefully roughly in around an hour, so I will see you then. Alright, it's been about 40 minutes, not an hour, but I got antsy and I wanted to see what was happening. Boop, 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 bonk, 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 bonk. Lump, lump. Beep, boop. Boop, beep, boop. Sound like Mr. Krabs. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, this is the nervous part. This is the part where I get nervous, because I'm really, really hoping that everything's working and that I don't have to fix anything, because if it's not the autocrafter, then... Ah! Alright, cool. That's over a stack of blocks already. How many was that? I wasn't paying attention. 2 stacks of blocks? That's wild. Okay. So... let's see. Okay. And that shouldn't be like a ton of a loss, because... Okay. I mean... nothing... Good, 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 good. Hi, this is post-editing absurdity here. I figured out what happened. You're about to watch me, well, actually, I could probably cut it. I think I cut it out of the video, but, what I do within the next, like, 20 minutes of what I probably cut out, I thought this was broken. It's not. So what's happening here is that, when I stop going AFK, obviously items are no longer flowing into the storage system because the area below me hasn't been mob-proofed yet, which means that the hopper in the middle of each crafter section, which is supposed to stop, or which is supposed to feed the crafters, doesn't get filled, which means that it never unlocks, which means that the center hopper is never flowing items through it. Which basically means that the hopper on the far right, or sorry, far left of each of the sorted, or on the sorter for each 3 segment chunk, won't flow items into the system. I don't know how to fix this, and I don't know if it really needs to be fixed because theoretically, if I'm AFK for a long enough period of time, it really wouldn't matter because the items are still going to be flowing through, and there's like 9 nugget filters, so I don't think that'll be a problem. Hopefully, if it is, leave a comment on how I can possibly fix that, because I would like it if that's not a problem, but if it's not, then I'll just ignore it. Anyway, back to your regularly scheduled video. That's interesting. Why is that one not draining? Did I do it wrong? Well, not a total failure, but not exactly what I wanted, but we can let that cook in the oven a little bit. But the idea is that for the most part, it's working. Theoretically, even if that one has spilled, I have 9 other ones, so I would still get plenty of gold, but I definitely want to fix that. I will try and fix it on my own, but I'm not really sure how I'm going to fix it. But I'll figure it out. But for now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a switch, a switcheroo. I like golden carrots, but this series is gonna be special. We're gonna do golden apples. That'll be the final food source. Let's go upstairs and first get our golden apples. Now I still got a lot of golden carrots. I will probably do something with that, but because I have a farmer that gives me apples, and he gives you quite a lot, actually. That might be all the ones I have. Nope, there's more. I probably won't even be able to turn all these into what I need, but this should be okay. So, these away. Alright, let's start making us some golden apples. Now, you're probably wondering, well, why don't I just make an autocrafter? I don't actually know how those autocrafters work for this thing. Wow. Yeah, that's going to be very expensive. Woo-hoo-hoo! Okay, we may want to... Well, to be fair, I was only AFK for about 40 minutes, and I got about... That's quite... Honestly, I'll take that. That's not half bad at all for the first just wave. I could probably AFK overnight, and I mean, I won't get all the gold that I'll want, but again, I'm just gonna have to fix that off camera, because that could take me like literally an hour to actually fix. Okay, what's my frames at? 71. Shush. You. Well, I'll still probably do mob proofing, but I mean, they still spawn in pretty big waves. So, edges. Okay. I believe. Boop. Boop. And ink. Bonk. Boop. Okay, do I have any other lighting options? It's a little dark up here. Redstone dust, stained glass. Apples. I've got a torch for now. I'll probably just grab some glowstone or something, but that'll work for now. Silk script, okay. So... Yep, okay. That's got level 30. And you know what? Since we're here... It's not that slow. I know you're supposed to enter it this way, but... I don't really care. I guess we wait. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna really need to mob-proof that. Speaking of which, now that we're here, let me just mark that down, and then I should only have to go 128 blocks below that. Right? That's how that works, is it's 128 blocks up, 128 blocks down for 200, or 126. Whatever the number is. I think it's 126. I'm gonna assume it's 126. Yeah. Yeah. 172 minus 126 for 46. So everything above Y level 46 needs to be mob-proofed for this to be working while I am in attack and kill mode, because I would like to use this as an XP farm, because I've used piglin farms as an XP farm. I think it was Mango's, the big donut ring one. But that one, I believe, requires an auto clicker, and I do not know how to set those up. So there we go. There's the spot. Whoop. Alright, so this should be the exact spot I was standing. And hey. This is gonna suck. So, from, I said it was 46, so from that block up, and honestly at that point I might as well just, you know, do like that island and like whatever, and I'll probably, like, at that point it'll just become mind numbing and I won't even be paying attention to what I'm mob proofing. It'll just be doing it for the sake of it. For, let's see, 100 and... So that's the outer edge of that one. So that would be the outer edge of that one. So, yeah, that's going to be a lot of time that I'm going to have to sink into this. Obviously, that's higher up than, or that's lower than where it needs to be, but... I mean... It's like, basically out of my render distance on all... Yeah, this is going to take a while. Oh, you. You and your... I can't shoot you. The big ones. Oh, there's two of you. Well, I'm out of here. Alright. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Sorry that it wasn't as event-filled as the first episode, as I was only able to really get this done today, but hopefully in the next episode we should have a bit more to do. I believe I will be taking on the Villager Hall. That's going to be a project. That's going to be a big project, but it's going to be worth it when we get it done. So, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.